Welcome to another episode of The Real Issues. You're with me, Prince Muta. As usual, I'm here with a guest. Tikambirana izinto zosiyana-siyana zimene anthu timaona kuti zimatiphinja moyo mwathu. Pali maissues ambirimbiri. Takambapo maissues za suicide, takambapo nkhani ya mafloods, za second Freddy. So tikupitizani nkhani zathu zosiyana-siyana. So lero I've brought an interesting guest. A young man, an entrepreneur, an engineer. Alright? Today he's going to talk about my issues of my finances. Mutamada wa engineer gamba za finances. Yeah. Aliyense my finances ama mkuza.
That's right.
So the entrepreneur also the mender now. So he has a story to tell. Tiemve kuti and when chimwajirika my finances in the jar. And to makhala ma problems osiyana-siyana ndifanya my finances chifanya. Alright? So once again, this is The Real Issues. Stay put. Welcome back. As I've already said that today I have a guest. As I'm going to introduce Eka, kuti tidziwe, kuti ndani, amadani, kweni. Yes. Yale rolo sinkhani kuti yokhumudwisa yayi kuti mpaka natoni yapchikhala yomvisa chisoni. No. Lero tikuzacheza ndithu nkhani zabwino bwino. Even though ndizokhuza nabe kuti tichita address my issues amene timakumana nawo every day. Bwana.
Yes, boss.
Welcome to my program.
Thanks very much, my guy.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year to you too.
That's right.
Yeah. Indeed, man. Commando out there, they don't know you.
That's right. Yeah.
So, can you briefly tell us who you are and what you do?
Right. Okay, so my name is Chauncy Masamba Jr. And professionally I'm an engineer. Of course, I work with the United Nations World Food Program. Yeah. Apart from that, like menonaneninaso, tima esera also entrepreneurship. But and also I also do some investments. So I think in brief, that's that. But also just to emphasize, I think issue business you might wish to know also that currently I'm also studying for a master's in business administration. So you can see I'm an engineer, but again I'm doing 2 degrees, by the way, masters. Yeah, so the other one is in business administration. So you can see the business side.
This business aspect is still coming. That's
right.
Exactly. That's good.
Yes.
On this platform we talk about a lot of issues. Takambapo, I'm sure maona maybe sodamboyo takambapo issues of suicide.
That's right.
Amafuna mwena kuzipa because they're facing a lot of challenges, a lot of problems in their lives. And one of the common problems many anthu amaoneka kuti akufinyika nayo town plus ena kuzipa kumene. The issue kuza na finances. You are doing your MBA right now.
Right.
You are an entrepreneur. Right. You are a business person. You are an investor.
That's right.
What sort of investment are you into?
Okay. So maybe let me start by saying on the investment side, it's actually a partnership. So I'm in partnership with a few of my friends, 2 of my friends actually. So on that one, we actually registered the company. So the idea is to fund rezivanga ngini ya mbili in the company. So like we also focus on agriculture. But also we are also more into real estate. And obviously as we grow, bring in so many things. But mostly for now, for a start, agriculture and real estate. So that's what we're doing. Apart from, of course, a few of other businesses also that I do on my own. So like a side hustle. But I think I think what I can count most on is the partnership which I have with my 2 friends, and mostly focusing on agriculture and real estate. You already know. There's no agriculture without a farm, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So we do.
All right.
Yeah.
Issue many and ambiri ama kukhala nayo pa mavuto.
That's right.
Akamapanga invest like the way you did.
Yeah.
Ni capital.
Yeah. That one is a big issue, my guy.
And how did mpaka na vanova ni mavuto chifukwa cha business na vanapanga set up oti mwina nayo za nkongole and so on. How did you set up your business in terms of the capital?
Right. So I think menda nira mojet. Ningini yodi we're in a partnership.
Yeah.
So you know, economically Malawi may not be there, but also we are just young and upcoming you know, professionals.
Yeah.
So because our aspirations are big, we also obviously need capital ambili, you know, to fulfill our goals and our dreams.
Yeah.
This is what necessitated partnership.
Meaning that on your own you couldn't manage?
I could. Come on, man. What are you talking about? So, yeah, like we couldn't. All of us, the three of us. Yeah, none of us could, I mean, start this or do this on their own. That's why we had to, you know,
come up with a partnership.
Come up with a partnership so that we pool resources, and then we have something. Yeah, so that's how we managed to, you know, find a little bit of capital resources to start up our business.
So the question is, iwe baweka capital naibeza bwanji chifukwa even though inali manabwera ndi partnership idea.
Yeah.
Kutengeraso ndi mwina ma resources imene mafuna mupange set up the investment.
That's right.
Iweyo baweka.
Yeah.
You as Chauncy.
Yes.
Unapanga pool ma resources bwanji baweka kuti ukwanitse partnership kuchi chifukwa chisuku munango bwera so.
Of course, yeah.
And kambapo so with considering the economy over.
Yeah.
How did you manage to do it?
Right. So personally, honestly, my contribution obviously came from, you know, I've got a full-time job. Yeah. Yes. I just told you. So yeah, obviously you get a little bit of salary, janjani.
Yeah.
So yeah, in terms of my contribution, it came from that, from my full-time job. So yeah, and also just to mention, Kudi, we also just didn't, you know, do this in a day, right? It's because right? Even our salaries could not, you know, so we endured months of saving. Kusungira dola, chanchani, so you know, needs, you know, we have so many needs. And
you have said you're also doing school.
Of course, and I'm paying from my pocket. Yeah. I just told you I'm doing 2 master's degrees at the same time.
So basically, you were paying fees and you were also saving.
Yeah. I'm actually not done even. I'm into my final year. I'm doing research right now for both degrees. Yeah. Of course, in our MBA, it's 100% scholarship. Yeah. But in IO, water. You know, I'm an engineer, so I'm majoring in water. Yeah. So that one I'm paying from my pocket. So the one fees, but also, you know, also kunyumba, my rentals, my bills and the like. Exactly. So and it's the same with the other 2 friends. So it took us months of saving, kusunga dola and chanchani, until we came up with a little something to start up. Actually, we started renting my farms chanchani before we came to Ganizano Zodi, Tibeza Malwatu and the like.
Meaning, Kuti, you had to be patient in order for you to make the investment with your friends.
Patience, actually, that's one of the important things, you know, in dealing with finances. Yeah. You have to be patient, man. And I can also give another very good example. Yeah. You know, when the previous car that I bought, right? Yeah. So unfortunately, in Avanga was when it was just new. Yeah. So one of my friends goes, you know, yeah. So yeah, in Avanga I couldn't repair it, right? Oh. So it means I had no car that time, right? Ndagula and then Yavanga goes. So
was a big blow.
Yeah, it was a big blow. You know, I spent a lot of money, just dollar bus. So my point is, I just couldn't. I needed a car. That's why I bought the first one actually. Yes. But you know, $1 dollar. They would obviously dollar and that spend a game of the minute. But again, I needed to have another one. But I had to be patient. I say, naenda basiru for well, not passive per se, maybe, you know, I had no car.
Transport,
Yeah, using public transport.
Inconvenience.
You understand, right? Mina madali andari, if it's official, madali amagamo da office, you know, for a year, right? So that's the patience that I'm talking about. Nigga na mina, I was not patient. Mina would have rushed ngongole, or you know, panga mahaso inage uri. Mina at the end of the day, I'm in a bad situation, right? But I had to be patient. I needed the car, yes. But I had to be patient and, you know, also start saving up so that I should get something that I liked. But also, you know, they would be replacing the car that I had. So patience is one of the most important things in finances. You have to be patient, really patient. If you ask most of these big people in society, I mean, our business, they also tell you about patience. So yeah, very important.
So you have talked of patience as one of the things that is very important or is key. When it comes to my finances. Inu ndo mnatauti munebe patience. Munagabezeka zoti mwina malowa mungongole.
Of course.
Investment.
Most definitely, man. One of the things to tutuma kalamu, let me call them unnecessary debt, right? It's because we also want to, you know, society pressure, right? So it's a lot of pressure. You want to look nice and look good and swag, people
should see what you're
people should, you understand, right? This is like
proving a point,
you understand, right? So it's like competition. Everyone wants to compete. Or use a phone so such my pressure that I'm in so I'm at the push we should get into unnecessary ngongole. So yeah, I mean, if I succumbed to such pressures, I say, mafana bereka katabila ntaoni mujanchani can offer you 10 mil I could replace my car almost immediately, right? Or mina from my friends amenanga bereka or whatever. But I was patient enough. And also I think patience in my user so whenever I'm whenever I'm purchasing things, it's not just getting a example, but even simple things like household items, TV, whatever. You know, I'm somebody who subscribes to quality. So you know, masiku no ngini ambili ya bow also comes at a cost. A higher cost, right? But because in the mfano ndima konda quality over quantity. So most of zintu zambiri zimene ndimagula kaza nyumba even you know, my jewel and you know my anything that you can think of, right? Because I want chintu cha quality. Patience has to come in, because then I understand that I cannot have dollar so some of the things I have to save up. You understand? You know, there are people who can literally drive any car, right? Not disrespect, but like, mina demi you know it. Tima gamaro dina dage. Not good in the zoma for that's what they want to settle for. My favorite car is a Benz or a Beamer or whatever. But because I'm a car in a hurry, they just want to drive, right? That's why they cannot afford my dream car as a manager. But if you're patient enough, and you have time to save up, it works for me. I'm achieving because I was patient enough to wait until I'm able to get that thing.
Meaning, with the patience, the result you get in the peace of mind, high quality stuff, and you know, also that's the one that brings peace of mind, because it means ngini ambiri menendri nayo ndingini yodi ya kuntima kwange. So I'm chilled. I know I have a better car and better things, and you understand, right? So I achieved that because I was patient enough to wait until I can afford ignoring my pressures and you know, I had friends telling me, bro, even my dad, you know, when he asked me, so what are you thinking, right? So I told him I want to get a Benz or a Beamer. You know, one of the things he told me was,
no, but is it really necessary? Osango, it's just a matter of movement from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Osango grow, a Verisa or Janchan. But I told him, Dad, look, I want what I want, right? So I'll wait. Don't worry, Goody, for now on this use of public transport or on this Yendabasi or Janchan. I don't care what society says.
Yeah.
As
long as
I should afford
in the right way.
In the right, exactly. Yeah. Thank you for saying that. In the right way. Because bro, kuna corona panga chill una digira, you would have achieved the same thing in the right way.
Yeah.
Taking from your word. Yeah.
Have you ever been in a situation whereby you were in a fix, sort of, and maybe you needed money most?
Right.
Have you ever been in that situation, and how do you handle that situation?
Okay. Yeah, I've ever been in such a situation, bro. Yeah. Like, I mean, if there is anyone, it's like a situation. Hey, lucky are them, blessed are them. Yeah, but
there must be aliens, not human beings.
Yeah. And actually, let me start with the most recent scenario that I was in, right? Yeah. I just told you I'm also doing another master's Kobole.
Yeah.
So that one is physical, Bidan class, Janjani, and then I'm also paying from my pocket, right?
Yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah.
So last semester, munua kandi plan okay, when I get my money, my income, okay, when I'm busy, Libya, I got 600,000 as an example, right?
Yeah.
Every month towards school fees, But sometimes, right? There are some other needs. Some of us
yeah.
So I was in a fix, I say, last semester. I'm going to take a registration.
To school?
Yeah, school. So I'm going to take a registration. And you're sending us all sorts of emails.
Exactly.
If you don't register up to this date, they will bus. You lose your place. You have to come next year and whatnot. Janjani, you understand, right?
Yeah.
So I was under pressure. I had no money. But I saw if I remember very well. So I needed money, bro. So I for me, family comes first.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I want to say is when I'm in a fixed I really do funa ubwere dollar.
Yeah.
Right? For me, family comes first.
Yeah.
I prefer kubwere from family and maybe close friends.
Yeah.
Right? Like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So close friends, and I've never really gone outside my inner circle like mina mpaka nagarabira or janchani. To be honest, I've never done something like that. So it's usually family and close friends. So as usual, I had to talk to family and janchani. It was actually my little bro, like my little brother, right? Chimsy, yeah. Yeah.
So Chimsy built you out.
Yeah, Chimsy built, like, literally. Actually, but of course, first of all, I talked to my mom, obviously. Parents are, they're my G's. Yeah, so I called mom, and so it was actually her who told me, why can't you talk to your little brother? Yeah, because obviously he also had some hassles, income, right? Yeah, family business, and so anampatawo, my last born.
Exactly.
Anampatawo gawa. So I know within the fun of most of the times I bobo. So I sorted. I don't know. Yeah, so he's the one who built me out. Nabida, Kabedega Fizija, and then I was registered bobo until now. Another situation, when someday I just told you about after Gamaranga Wangangozi. So when I bought the one that I'm driving now, right?
Yeah.
So then I got a friend was helping me out. Bali madura ga maziwa uko da ma before da jama SBD and my agent, you understand, right? So one of my friends, him actually also. You get it, right? So I say, okay, you want this car? So I think, okay, the specs should be like this. unfortunately analagwitsa amene amapanga macalculations a Jude. You understand, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So anapanga calculate yotsikirako than the actual Jude.
MRA mazuwa zina
ifeso you know tikupanga so macalculations athu.
So no maputa tatholisa akambika.
You can imagine, I see.
Yes.
So mpaka gambo rejenafika wa border, I sent someone kuda akaitenge, I mean ku Dar es Salaam.
But then you knew nothing.
I knew nothing. In end mangoda I'm sorry. Anandoza kuti Jude ni mwakuti kadola kondasungira basi chiyonse chipopo akanditengera galimoto. Bro. Fika pa border pasongwe, he calls me. This guy calls me. Hey, amwe. Unodi Jude ru si mene mandivasa ija. Si mene malibira ija. I was like, what? Oh yeah. So actually in a shooter with about 1.3 million. So you can imagine. 1.3 bro. And that was 2019. Yeah, that was 2019. 1.3 dollars. Panova mwina 1.3 dollars. By that time, yeah. 1.3 dollars. So basiru, I had no money. Ndeti panga bunch. Ase mpaka namuzara mwene. Just park the car. Magi ena mutenge ena musungise magayizi aba boda aya mara aja. Basi come back. I mean I don't have dollars. Ningane nori ndiga hasabena bage oyanchani. Isi eni galimoto yo.
I thought you needed the car more stuff.
I needed it, bro.
So
but
why
like
didn't you do anything possible?
Bro, that's what I'm saying, man. You know, of course, now there is this argument. Could a car right now is no longer a luxury, it's a need. Magaya, that's a word in the streets, right? Komano, I say, upanda gaya mo surunga fe mo. Surunga. Yeah, I say, surunga fe. It's still not a need. It's a want, right? It may not be a luxury, but sinafige so need.
You can live without a car.
You can live without a car, exactly. Thank you. You can live without a car.
So you decided to go easy.
Yeah, I was like, I say, you see any guy, Momori ndiroye muzingongole or ndichanchani, and mind you, I've just told you, family comes first, right?
Yeah.
I still had family, right? I had my parents and my brothers and Zizanga Odi. But I was like, no, I see a guy and then two on auditive and I said I was stressed. Stressed. You know, also with the excitement, and then as it was you understand it?
And you were down by then.
I was down. I say I couldn't even concentrate. So also I don't know, to those of you you can agree with me. I say ndipamalo bodi magamoto samaliga zinthu zimabedwa so chanchani uthokopeza gamoto yako ilibe mira ilibe battery ilibe mbatara chanchani. So I was really stressed. I say
kumaona sono safety ya chinthu chako,
safety ya galimoto, and then people are telling me ikakhalapo so nthawi out ama charger kaya extra at storage chanchani kaya marriage. So I'm like, I say in a month or two this 1.3 million will be 1.9 and 2 million and accumulate in I said I was stressed. I said until one evening. So my mom obviously in the house, I'm getting a new car, until my mom called me one evening. Now I was all excited, and then she calls me, what do you go there? And then that's when I brought the news to her. Hey mom, and the woman and the issue, and guess what she said? You know, okay. And I'm going to say, okay, let me talk to your dad, right? And then I do a phone it. And then after a few minutes, Anandi Mbirano. So how much money is it? So now it's like, I talk to your dad and send me your account number. I want to give you that money. Would he at least is where? And you know, one of the things she told me was, you know, Muzinena. Literally, this is my mom speaking to me. You know, Muzinena. I think she sensed it. I was stressed. I was kind of depressed, and you know, right? So answer that. You know what, Muzinena, when you face such challenges, such problems, other than Sungira, you know,
a solution if you just give
exactly. Sungira, you'll be stressed and you understand it. Just because you want to get it done. At the end of the day is Tawiga Mavuto. So you said, you know, speak up, right? I'm your mom, you have your dad, and for your friends and whatever. Talk to them, tell them, guys, I'm in this I'm in this situation. Maybe how can you help me and stuff like that. And she was right. You can imagine, in a night, she sent me the money. Next day, I sent the guy another idenga, and yeah. So, yeah, and then coming back to the second part of your question, Woody, how do I deal with such situations? I think partly, Woody. So first of all, I avoid unnecessary ngongole, to be honest. Taforo needs and wants and luxuries and janjane. I say we can live without galimoro, without an iPhone, right? So I avoid kupanga ngongole pazinto so that I can live without. Yeah. But there are other things. Not all debts are bad, right? But ngongole zinazabu. I just told you nothing ngongole didn't have a fees in. Because it was for my brother. I had to return, right? But in ngongole zinazori, you want to settle medical bills, or you want to get food. I say, you need to get help, right? And we see even my social media and how banga poor resources, it's, because it's an immediate thing, it's an emergency, right? You want to get help. So antena mata uloa mngongole because they want to get medical help and those zikafikano panye bobo kuti I cannot do otherwise, right? Nimata uloa mngongole, nimata ubeleka dola. But I've told you, first of all, family comes first. And then we are my close friends, and then I've never gone beyond that. And the like. Because one of the things stress is the pressure This is why I prefer close family and close friends. These are people who cannot every day I say dola yanga. To go into depression because they are getting pressure. And then such people are gonna count and a little bit pressure. I think a life or two would have been saved. Komama kauda under pressure. Andukulanda zidwa. Olozama village bank dimama uda ajo sera malata banyumba. Ala ndajanchan. Such pressures I say. Ndi amena ama vangisa antu udi akai in a bad situation.
Yeah. You have talked my issues siana.
Right.
You depend on family one bit.
Right.
And your close friends.
Right.
Kifuwa umoba antu agatabira kuti pressure mina mapeleka ichi.
Yeah. That's the one that
and you have talked of also Masamba village banking, banking honde.
Yeah. Antu ama ulanda na zintu jani mangitsana umene.
Exactly. So should we say kuti katapira ndoipa? Katapira ndoipa? Should we say katapira ndoipa?
First and foremost, if my memory serves me right, I'm a Christian, by the way.
Yeah.
So I think Tigaloaso Malemba, I think I cannot cite the exact verse or whatever. I think even the Bible, si malimbigita gotta be that. Ziringari juga and janjani mabedi aja. So from that perspective, I would say gotta be Landoiva. But again, also away from Zambai branch, and personally, I also think Karabilandoiba. Because I've told you already, Zintugari is menezma avangisa anturi akai depressed or mental health issues or azipe or atawe. And I go tower. Ujena na so ayanjan. Kufufuza mvudu ana yiruni ngongole. Ana bide you understand, right? So zinongaze yozo mabela ifaja pressure. Imene kwa antamena wabeleka dola. And I say, antagarabira say sana masere. Sinarenga ugarabira, but I say, timamva, timazona, we read about them, we watch, I say, antagarabira sana masere. I say, na malindi baga company as my bounce, I say, aduga, one of the people that I know. In the company, I'm a bouncer. Debt collection, exactly. So I said, my pressure if I borrow money from you, you're my close friend, or from whatever, my best friend or whatever, or family. There is no way unga figure pagabo indi ondi mangita or you can figure venabagabo dim pagana ningozi do isa yanchan or on it. Siningatawe, we meet every day. We are in the same group, majanchan. We are friends, right? So karabira say ndi oiva. And like still, like I've said, if you still have to, if it's a must go to the door for the then I would prefer, I would advise you borrow money from family or close friends for the reasons that I've already explained, rather than family comes first. Yeah, family comes first. And I mean, it may be easier for me to say that because also let me recognize the fact that my family is this on Dosianet. Let me say this, Kudi. It may be easier for me to say this because I have an able family, right? Who can ably do that, $1.3 million or whatever, right? But not many people are privileged like me, right? To have such family or such friends, right? Masego amenenda nawe. Not many have such family and friends amenanga bwere.
Now you have raised the point of funny. Muntu amene ali ndi family kuti mwina ndibe kuthekera kotero kuterekeze ine ndikufuna ndipereke rent,
right?
Ndibe nyumba, ndikukhala rent, ndikufuna ndipereke rent, ndipanga approach family, mayanga nduze iyi panopaso
naneso ndapya
ndikupeze ne achimwene nanuso muli
naneso
achimwene panopa nanuso panopa sindiliboka. What can I do? So in that case, what can you say?
And genuinely, arrivo my situations. I mean, arrivo and already literally they have nowhere else to go. No friends, no family. I mean, but if it's something Jody we have just talked of Guinea healthy, you wanna get treatment or my school. I mean, you can still borrow money. You may still go for but one of my advice is rather than just borrow to spend, it's better to borrow and invest. So that at least when you invest kamuga business or we have seen Antodi akasungisaka imalo ku school ku college or na ma secondary ma primary amatakulolera opanga kai withdraw it or azambira pompo amisaka 2 years again. But for me that's better. You'd rather borrow the money, invest it in a certain business or a hustle again, so that at least that hustle can then generate income. So that income, number one, will help you to repay the debt, right? But also the excess, then also you can use the same to now finance. If it's school, if it's not an emergency, if it's school or whatever, you can then go back to school and tsegulisa somalo lazima jirika magole gym and to reserve malo because I'll be fees and the like. So that would be my advice. If you still have it, if you cannot do without, if you can't avoid, you'd rather borrow to invest so that you generate more income rather than just to spend, bro. No, bro. Adi ugabire ugura iPhone, ugure motor, or ubede, ungeti. You understand, right? There are people, we're not getting now. We're going to do to beza. Then go saga towards it. No, you don't have to do that. Don't borrow to spend. No, but you can borrow. You may borrow to invest.
So basically, and to the ngati tikubwereka ndalama, you're doing a certain investment. Not necessarily go.
Exactly. Actually, there is a certain. I belong to a certain sago. I will not mention it for obvious reasons. Komano as a sago, kama festivities aja Christmas, Mother's Day, Easter. Timaholi dinner. I say they will send out flyers. Kwani bigisa antura bwereket. Ndawe Sun Festival yanjani. Bwerekani dola kusago yanu mukanjoye kunyanja Sun Festival. You understand it? I say these are things that I look at them and I'm like, okay. So the Brazilian drama of stars. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm sure people do. I'm sure but anthu ena ake amapita amapita ukafika mafomu ubwere kuti apite ku Sun Festival, Lake of Stars or chanchani, you know. But yo, no, that's a no. That's a no. That's a no for me. Ubwere kadola kuti upite ku Sun Festival. No. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I can say.
Earlier on you said kuti kumala kunoko economy to see.
Yeah.
And to support this statement, I would give you an example.
Right.
Just last year, tinaona pa news.
Yeah.
Mtu wake kucholo anapezeka zoti anatamanga ndupeza kandalama.
That's right.
Kuti mwina pa nyumba zikangati kungati.
Yeah.
Maya pa nyumba ndotenga ndalama ija ndikapeka uchechi.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
There's one kuti the man sana ilandire bwino nkhani imene.
Yeah.
Pencho anapezeka kuti apita kuchechi konkuja.
Yeah.
Ndukazipa.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
So kutengerano ndi issue ngati imene iyi ndikutengera situation ya kumala kunoko mmene zili economically. What do you make of that story?
Right. So first of all, may his soul rest in peace. I think this is a very sad situation, really, and you know, ningini you investigate on. So I think first and foremost, what do I make of that situation? I mean, not to play blame game, but I think the wife, what she did. I mean, we may not always understand exactly why she did that, because obviously we are not them, and we are not in that situation that they were.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's very hard for me to judge, but then, come on, man. What I always say is, you know, somehow it's better to, and I use this principle also. And I'll brutally say this, sometimes it's better to be seen as Omira, or Vuda, Waubombo, or whatever, Stingy Man Association, SMAM, or I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you and also people watching us. It's better, guys. It's better to be called SMAM or Omira or Stingy or whatever. Bro. Charity begins at home, I say. Yeah. Charity begins at home. You know, I cannot go into debt or ndizivudika rent ndilibe, dollar kuja ndilibe, yet I bought my girlfriend an iPhone. Come on, man. Olwala ira ondo opsheza kuti ndikapanda kugula ndikusiya or whatever. Kapena, you know, ndapanga ina ndikuvutika just to impress society or anthu aku church. Now coming to the example that you gave, right? Yeah, I mean, people have given offerings or tithe or just to be seen, just to impress. I say, earlier on I talked of my societal pressures, Yeah, pressure with the society, ufuna kuone anthu apangako ma pledge, apangako ma pledge mchalichi, kamujani, just to be seen kuti akuti apanga pledge kuti apereka ndalama mwakuti, kapena chikhumi mwakuti, kapena offering mwakuti. So guys, let's stop impressing Antu, Kabena succumbing to my societal pressure just because we want to prove a point or Janjan. I'd rather be called Oumina or Ndanagari, but I'm in a good space, you know.
You're comfortable.
I'm comfortable, yes. So we can't judge. I don't know why the wife did that. Komano. I say, and you can imagine dollar would see our it's your husband. I mean, wabanga hustle as a dollar. I mean, you understand, right? And you understand your situation. You're in and whole Vudiga general. You're struggling to make it in life, right? I mean, not to discourage you, some or kumi, but I want to say, or kumi, I say, or offering, or would ya nsembe or yanchani or my bro. No, I think it's good to look out for yourself first before you can start helping others. There are people who have succumbed to such pressures. They want to please girlfriend or family or anzao. You know, muntodi alibe dollar. That's the only money mene yata ku account or muntu mamage. nzake wabwera could be best friend or whatever asendribe dola chani. You know, I understand there are people who put others first. Selfless people. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. Selfless people. Or they put others first. They would rather suffer for guys. See yes one had to as a serious. Yeah. So I think that's what I can say about that situation. Whatever the situation was, Komano, in my view, in my view, says my nigga would have tenga dola yo say hard earned money, sinaria or some other more, inaria the husband, and then you give to church or whatever. I actually know somebody. I mean, ankabanga suza mulunguzi wambire. And guys, let me also say kuti mulunguzi samna mizire. I mean, kubera example imene unabega za church or even the example that I want to give. Yeah. Mulunguzi samna mizire kuti bas you know balanthu enake amakhoda akuvutika or akuzipangisa kuti avutike just because aoneka uzimu or aoneke kuti amapereka kwambiri or akuthandiza kwambiri ana amasiye or whatever. Komano I don't think mulungu yonso angafune kuti uthandize wina wake at the expense of your own well-being, right? Kuti uzivutika no iweyo uzilowa mugongole ukanika renti ukanika kudya sukuoneka mothupi matenda so akubwera and then you know if your body is not well nourished matenda or you can be in a ma fatal situations enake kuti umaziwa kale za nutrition kunyenchera yanchani. These are very serious health issues. Yeah. Yeah, so I know of someone also amapanga sokwambiri zopemphera mpaka kumapita ku Nigeria. I don't know capital what it be Joshua or something. Koma say that guy ndinkangomva kuti auti sale yake yonse amapereka ku mpingo yonse mpingo wa ku Nigeria yonse like sale kulandira 2 million or whatever yonse ase amapezeka munthu kuti ase he was living a miserable life, to be honest. Yomaita kuonekera yonadawa ona sakuzisamala sakuoneka osamali yet ali pantchito chanchani. That's when I later realized or found out kuti ati dola yake yonse amapereka kumpingo. So let's not do that, guys. I don't think it's a sin or a crime. Our God is a just God. I don't think we have to go to that point. The good thing was Gudi anali single that time. I don't know now. But imagine you have kids. Imagine you have a family. You have a wife. Yeah, you have a wife, you have kids, I say. You have to feed them, you have to take care of them, they have to go to better schools, they have to, and then you dollar also go to church. Yeah, so it's unfortunate these things are happening. We feel sorry for a brother who lost life because of that. Komano, you'd rather be Oumira or Waumbombo or osathandiza even antu ma pressures ena akunyumba mafana deliver baby abo jonchi chanchani antu ena ma pressure amajogera ma families awo. I've already said I thank God I have an able family already. Like no one gives me pressure. But there are people what amandira ma pressure ngara menewe in the end kumane nedo aso ujaja domira samati thandiza ife makolo awo. Also antena magoro ena madenga investment akamapozisa mwana yancha they take it as an investment could as a in business invest on return. You get it. Yes. So return on investment. So komano, let's not take it like that. So antama nenedwa mwana amenoja somebody thandiza anamba kula ntima amazimva ndiwoumira anangopeza bwino somebody thandizaso mpaka azandipa amenoja so it's better uzinenedwa zinthu ngati zimenezazo but also while you're also taking care of yourself. I mean, if you have an extra dollar kwacha or whatever shilling that you can assist people, amasi or yanchan, well then fine, you can do that. You can help family, parents, and but I mean, it shouldn't. My point is, it shouldn't reach a point where you are getting into magarabira or kumavudiga, and now in this situation our brother lost a life because amafuna usanga bingo or gaberega charity. So it shouldn't reach to that extent. Even to say if it would family this, family that, best friend this, best friend that. But there are times that I'll call my best friend, yo, bro, I need like 500,000 or 1 million or 40,000. There are times he's going to tell me, hey, I say, I mean, it's okay. It's fine. Like literally, there's no point doing ndizika manena kumbali or ndizona ngarudi ndodi sama ndigonda or sakundifira or ndomi. Nice one, you understand, right? Nice, so he comes first. And we should understand. It's understandable, to be honest. I don't expect him to suffer and the best dollar renti just because I'm his best friend or best friends. No. So yeah, that's what I can say.
As we are approaching the end of this podcast today.
This chat. You told me you were going to chat.
You are an investor.
Yeah.
What can you say to those people who want to invest?
Right.
But then resources are libe manova.
Yeah.
What can you say to them?
Right.
Invest.
Right.
Komano resources would have investment teacher.
Right.
At the moment
Right. So first of all, let me say my advice is maybe before that, I think it's also important to invest in the right things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. An investment can be an investment, right? There are people who invest in their girlfriends.
Invest in a relationship.
Bro, there are people who invest in it's happening. It's happening. There are people who invest in their relationships, girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever, right? Family and janjam, right? But nanena area one guri, at least invest in something that will, at the end of the day, at least generate some income, right? Because otherwise, then what's the point of investing, right? So we need to invest in the right things. That's number one. When you have found that right thing to invest in, right? Then I'll talk about before I come to patience, which will be my next point, because in Nanena Sogari, I also advise people to start small. I think this is also very important. No, I say, Marianne, Rome was never built in a day. Rome was not built in a day or whatever. So yeah,
it took some time.
It took some time. So let us learn to start small. And don't get me wrong. When I say starting small, I don't mean being less ambitious or kufuna zinto za local ide or janjani, right? I've just told you I'm somebody who subscribes to Ngini Agolide. Yeah. But you can start small, right? You can start small, and then that's where the patience will build on, right? Because obviously, again, I'll talk about return on investment, right? I just told you I'm doing an MBA, so let me also use my knowledge on that. So obviously, if you invest less, the return on investment will also be kind of less, right? I mean, you don't expect you get 1 million and then we pay 20 million, right? No, that's a bad investment. That's a bad investment. Yeah. So starting small, and then the patience will build on that. Because if you start small, also expect you have small return on investment. And then when you build your capital, and then you reinvest, right? You reinvest, yes, exactly. So that's when also your capital and your assets will increase, right? That's when also you can start enjoying a bit of more profits, right? So now that's the patience part. As number one, I said you invest in the right things, right businesses, right whatever. And then number two, accept also to start small, okay? And then in a guy, that doesn't mean being less ambitious, right? but start small, and then also have a bit of patience, because zose zimene unena kuti you invest small and then dollar chaizibwera and then you reinvest and then build your capital and build your assets, and also more, that will translate to more profits.
Yeah.
You might agree with me, depending on the business and also so many factors.
Yeah.
The duration, the period to start now realizing meaningful profits or whatever differs, right?
It does, yeah.
And it can take months if you're lucky or blessed, and 2 years, and 5 years, and 10 years.
Yeah.
That's where patience is key.
Yeah.
That's where you have to be patient, because if it's a business that's gonna bear good or better fruits after 5 years, that 5 years is a long time, right?
Yeah, it is.
You have to exercise some high level of patience.
Yeah.
So that's what I can say. Those 3 points, I think they're enough. Yeah, but also maybe just to another point would be, like I've already said, I think you guys invest in the right things.
Yeah.
You can also avoid unnecessary on it.
Cost, expenditure, and
exactly.
so on.
Yeah, avoid unnecessary expenditures and cost. There are things that we can forego, and the business will still run smoothly and perfectly, and we'll still be able to realize my profits. So there are all those things that in business, people who learned business, whatever, I think they can ably expand this. But there are things that you can forego, there are things that you can reduce, and while maximizing others and or increasing other investments. So you also have to have that knowledge in finance, or some level of education in finance, for you to balance up all those things, all those factors of productions, and I need to maybe minimize labor to increase that, and you understand, right? Or fixed assets, or
But it's more like a financial literacy.
That's right. So that can be my final point. You also need to invest in that financial literacy. I think I'm a funny year.
Yeah.
Sure, bro.
Lastly,
my
issues ambili watemeta majita link to suicide.
Yes. That's right.
When it comes to my finances.
That's right.
You as a human being.
Yeah.
You as Chauncy Junior Masamba.
That's right.
Do you think the people who commit suicide because of the finances or the financial issues are weak people?
That's a straight no. They are not weak people. However, I also hold some reservations, as regards to that, in the sense that, I mean, first of all, these are things we will never understand, right? For hajama kaguri afa, right? There is we have no time for you journalists like you to go and interview them, right? So these are things that we can only talk about because we are alive and we are not in such situations. I wish it were possible, and maybe there was a way to interview them. Mbona hilo fika botani mpaka na mumwe mankwala or mozikwezi or modane. Yeah, but I was saying although I can say for a fact they are not weak people, it's because I also don't want to judge them. Komabe, a part of me, I think in the morning, zisamajide utero, right? Zisamajide will figure pointing at them. And I can understand we are different people. We deal with issues differently. Obviously the way we react to my situations in Garameno, it's also different. Other people are naturally very strong. They can endure. I was listening. I was watching to a clip by Mike Chidewe or Mike's trading it. Bro, like I remember even my dad posted per family group. I even commented to say I love this guy's energy, bro. Did you watch it, by the way?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I say the guy was speaking with so much energy and positivity, and I say I'm like, I said, if all people were like Chilewe or Mike's trading, I said maybe we would have 0 suicide cases.
Because he has been through a lot.
Yeah, and the guy won't. First of all, I think the acceptance. Amaita so nene ha ife ndavomereza amwene panopa olondima certain 1000 ndiye amika kwambiri I'm broke chanchani amanena ngini yambiri mbiri. I'm sure so most people anaone. So that's why I'm saying I can understand we're different people, we deal with issues differently, but I pray for a Mike Chilewe in every one of us. Kuti tidakhala ndi mtima ngati umenewo zisamairo fika potero kuti mpaka nakuzipha but olofika chanchani.
Meaning that if Mike Chilewe anakauzitengelera
bro, I said that guy has been through a lot. My photo was I wish you maybe find the clip yeah. I say amairo photo was dinali anthu ife timakwera ndege ja first class chanchani blanta. I said photo was angini ambiri koma pano tilibe kale konse. And you're saying that on camera, bro. So like I said, I'm praying for a Mike Chilewe in each one of us. Kuti zisamairo figure bo zipa chanchani, but I can't judge them. We'll never understand. So we can't judge them. And to answer your question, they are not weak. I don't regard them as such. But yeah, we the Samairo figure model.
Brother, it's been a pleasure having you in this program today.
Thanks for having me.
I'm sure.
Most definitely. I'm free to talk about so many issues. Yeah, I mean, see for you that way. Another wisdom. We know a bit of things. And I think it's important that we also talk about these issues because they're affecting us more. My pressure say aja manena aja ama iPhone ama janjani zobewega, but also I want to say kuti kwambiri zuri panga affect achinyamata. Because look at our parents, I say, most of my pressure, they're not affected. I say, hey, I say, bobo, yanchani, I say, on it, and also while we're at it, also if you take a look at Antambira Mina Roleme, right? In the end, what guys. It's also I feel I mean dio vuriga feel I mean ma pressure ngara I mean ama I don't know obanga ifuna obanga impress antu jancha I say unaona ula dola kwambia olomena mavalira simple I say
simple ndito
koma mpawe ngarini
ufuna
Gucci bling janjani on it. Look at mfano wa Facebook uja antu mpaka amaganiza uri ari amabwereza madishe dijana
ngogula zovala zimene amakonda azo
simple t-shirt kajini chanchani ona koma say antu ife ndamene basi you want to impress, we are in competition with
so zimati kueneka so ndizingati zimene
wambiri ase wambiri living a life imene sitingakwanitse. We don't live within our means, right? So I say muntu uma you earn 1 million, how can you live a 5 million life? You can't. Yeah, so always sometimes it's good to exercise stinginess again. I say antambira dola uma zoti ndomira yeah antambira dola
stay rich.
I'm telling you. I say, look at most of the rich people. I say you can't basi majisa boss ufuna 50 million abere boss ndofuna no, most of them will actually tell you to work for it. Yeah, and they'll give you dollar molinga nandi inchira menyangi. Most of them today's society would regard them as smum, as unhomey.
Because they don't just do
handouts. They would rather be, they would rather be regarded as such, they are protecting their, you understand, right? Yeah.
Once again, it's always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Sharp, bro. So,
this is how we have concluded our program today, our podcast. Timagamba maisha zosanasiana koma mostly analokuza na nima finances. Antambiri tumakhala mavulu ama finances. Ndumafika point jokuti antwena akumazipa chifukwa cha mafinances kuti mavuto afikapo. Mavuto ena wandoti timapanga create toka. We are the architects of our own problems. Koma ndi zinthu zoti ndizopeweka, we can live without, as Chauncy has said. Zinazi titakuona kuti I don't need an iPhone 15 kuti ndichite communicate ndi anthu. Musakhale life just because society ikufuna mukhale mwayonjo.
That's right.
Live your life. Don't live chifukwa choti munthu wina wake akupasani pressure.
That's right.
Don't do that. Chifukwa chake we are losing our friends, our family from issues zokuti analopeweka. So next time we are going to talk about my issues ena yale nali imene iyi timene tajama ndi bwana Chauncy.
That's right.
Hoping to see you next time.
Yeah.
This is The Real Issues, and you are with me, Prince Muda, and our guest Chauncy Masamba Jr. Until next time, stay safe.
Take care.